my beautiful queens and kings, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sis Kathy Yvette. How are you doing on this Saturday? I was doing some stuff, Saturday stuff. We tend to do, us ladies, clean the house. I had a table read. If you don't know what a table read is, basically a rehearsal. I'm going over the skit with some of with my director and some of my castmates. So that was really nice today. Yeah, so I was busy doing with that. I said, so okay, now I get a break. Finish making me a little din. I'll eat that in a minute, but I'm good for now. I said I'm gonna shoot out a few reviews here with the family and see how everybody's doing. Put in the chat, let me know how you doing, what plans you got for this Easter weekend. Hope you had a nice Good Friday. And I know I did. Any holiday off is a good one. It's a good one. So I hope you beautiful, beautiful people are fine today, healthy, and just feeling good. Your spirit's right. Nobody's messing with you. And let nobody steal your joy. You hear me? Or get your big sis. You hit me up if anybody doing anything, and I see what I could do to get over there and round things up, or make some calls in the vicinity. Okay, so somebody can make sure they have their back if I can't get there personally. Okay, ain't no having that. Don't be messing with my peeps. I take the fam serious. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get in here with, as you can see from the title, Bethany confronts Larry for getting in her dad's face and tells him about respect. Let me tell you something. I saw those 3 videos. I ain't even say Mr. Newberger. I know his first name now, Greg. I'm not even giving him that much respect. Very triggering to me because the way he was talking to Larry throughout that conversation made me feel like it was 1826 as opposed to 2026. You hear me? Very demeaning. One time he snapped on him and cut him off, and Larry was like, hey, I was like, I give it to Larry though. He stood his ground with old Greg. He stood his ground. And he got back on his face when he was about to dismiss him as if he was some peon. You know what I'm saying? Not good enough to shine his shoes. That's the kind of attitude he was having. And it just confirmed to me why Bethany is the way she is. It was very triggering. So I'm not going to go back over those and watch it again. And I barely wanted to watch it when I did. But I wanted to get the full scope of things in that storyline. Because I know that's one of our favorite storylines, but it can be very upsetting. So, but I'm glad he told him, he kept it all the way, like 1,000. Okay, forget 100. He was 100 times 10. Larry was on it, and he hit all the points on how he always stuck his neck out there for Bethany, not having all the full story on things, but trying to be a good husband. And he really was. Fought Chase because of her. Miss Newberger tried to say that was his fault. Okay. Don't like he coming in defense of his children's mothers. Well, if he don't, who will? Because the way she dogs these sisters out is disgusting. Not only that, bad things was said in treatment to his daughter, threatening to call the cops on the niece. Bethany don't stop. Wherever she goes, she causes havoc. And it's like he brought up the problem she had in the building. Well, that's why I had her go to the other building because of how she works, like to keep the Negroes in line. Basically, what he was saying sound just like an overseer on the plantation. That's why you got her there. You like the way she worked. You like how she's stern. So if a building you think is a little too much, whoever is over there, oh, she know how to keep them straight. No respect to people. No type of compassion, no understanding, no nothing. Just cracking the whip, with that mouth and attitude every chance she get. Nobody don't like what she say. Oh, the popo is who she calling. What that sound like? I'm gonna call it for what she is. Bethany has never, since she stepped on the scene, let's be honest, has ever showed us a good, kind, decent person. Never treated anyone with respect. And Larry told Greg, you saw how she acted Christmas. He heard her. He sat right there like, because they don't care how you mistreat black folks. I'm really shocked he gave Purnell that loan. But it came with some interest. and whatever other, because they'll do stuff to us and they'll give us a little bit, but it's always going to be with a price. You can best believe that. If I was Pernell, I'm gonna get another dime from that man. Ever, never, ever again. Pernell seem to be doing good right now. Pay them off and be done with them, Pernell. Because let me tell you something. The way that he took up for Bethany with Crystal in that fight, tampering with evidence like it's not illegal, justified that. They beat the Pope out of Bethany. But listen, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. She should have never, she hit them first. And listen, the way she was dealing with those girls, they tried to tell her, to leave her alone. They warned her, don't get in the ring if you're not going to be able to handle the fight. If you get your tail whooped, you should have never stuck in the ring. You should have never raised your hand. So that's what she get if she got hit to a pulp. And like she was what? Got to a fight in a fight with an ant or a squirrel, real people. So she got all that mouth, but she can't take the heat. And when she do, what's she gonna do? Tamper with evidence. Run to daddy. Crying victim. Always. Always. He and Larry knows that it was a part of that, defending her and wrong a lot of times. He should have put his foot down going to Montana, because she never would have got that behind whooping if she'd have stayed the way they wanted her to. So I do admit that that's his part too. But it all started with daddy. Larry even told him about Greg. You don't even, what is it? You don't even support your own son. She put her hands on him and beat that man. And now it's even. These are your children, but you got an excuse for that. Greg wrong with that. It's serious. And I'm at a point now where I so done. I don't see any remorse or any type of real accountability for her actions over the years. I think Larry's at his breaking point with her family and with her. And like I said before, I think that Brooke has been an anchor in keeping him with her this long. And I think when Brooke goes off to college, it's going to say it all, whether he stays with her or not, because he's still going to be visiting Shara. He's still going to be visiting Shara. And that's going to be another problem, because she's going to be like, Brooke is not here. Where are you? Why are you not in the house? Why are you still at Shara's? It's going to be a problem. You don't want her. You really don't want Bethany. You tolerate Bethany. And you needed her at a time, and now you don't need her anymore. And she basically served her purpose. And you went with her, I think, because she had JT broke up with her. She was sad and probably brokenhearted over that. Shara, what Shara did to him, and they bonded on that. She was sweet. She, did all she can. And Daddy wanted somebody, a protector, big, strong black man, to take care of his daughter, because he knows her daughter. He knows his daughter. And I want you to do what you do best. And whenever she in some mess, clean it up for her. Protect her, have her back, beat up whoever you got to beat up, swing in there and come to her defense. She raggedy. She's a troublemaker, but I don't care. She's mine. She's mine. And we're going to use that white privilege up, because that's what we do. Shar warned him going into him and the attitude and what was going to take place. Shar warned him. Okay, so I basically gave my feelings on that for about 8 minutes. So we're going to come in here now and see what old Bethany got to say.
Hey.
Hey.
Just got back from the gym. I went over and talked to Dad. Had a pretty interesting conversation.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
What was the conversation about?
It was about you and him, about y'all's conversation yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How'd that go?
How do you think it went?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, he said things got kind of heated between the two of y'all, so you want to tell me what happened?
Well, I went up there to go talk to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad felt like what I had to say wasn't important enough, so he sort of just cut my conversation off in mid-sentence while I was trying to explain myself to him. So I pretty much just stopped him and we had a face-to-face conversation.
So you're saying you interrupted him, or did you get in his face? Like, what are you talking about?
He interrupted me while I was talking and he walked away from me. I didn't get in his face. This is getting in somebody's face. We had equal distance from each other. We were face to face, but I wasn't in his face.
Okay, so, but you're saying that sounds pretty disrespectful.
No, see, first of
disrespectful?
all, shut the hell up, Bethany. Because just like your father, he takes your word without all the evidence, without hearing anybody else out. He just gonna side with you regardless, based on your side only. You are taking you the same way, cut from the same raggedy cloth. You taking your father's point of view without even listening to Larry or believing what he's saying. I see the eyes, I see the neck roll. Well, what neck roll? Well, she don't do it like us, but you know, I see the attitude, I see the disposition in her, the eye rolling. She really not believing or feeling what Larry is saying, and he didn't even get the whole story out yet. She believes what the father said. The father said like he was disrespectful, but she wasn't there to see her father's disrespect.
Same distance he had at me with the kitchen table, I gave him the same space.
Okay, well, I wasn't here for that, so I don't know.
Okay.
And you wasn't here for that
either.
either.
Conversation, me and your dad either.
No,
Thank
but what you just showed me sounds pretty disrespectful towards an elder.
Elder?
Elder my behind.
He's still older than you.
So what?
He's
Of course
still
he
my
is.
dad.
So
And
what?
And okay, that doesn't mean what?
I'm
What does
just,
that mean? Because he's your dad, he's an elder.
I'm
No,
I'm
put
just
your head
saying
down
you're
and
always
mask
talking
it.
about
You
giving
supposed to talk
respect
back.
and showing respect to elders.
Respect is earned, not given.
It's both.
And I give him respect. Every time I see him, every time I talk to him, I give him respect. It's just
doesn't
one
sound like
time.
that.
It doesn't sound like that because you wasn't there. You heard his version. Now you hear my version. I went to talk to your dad about how I was feeling and what I thought he did, what I felt like he did wrong.
Mhm.
He didn't want to hear it. So
Larry,
I
it's
feel
just
like,
the way that you're explaining it right now doesn't sound like you were showing respect either.
I mean, you can say that all you want to. I'm not here to explain myself to you about what I did with your dad. Your dad told you his version. I'm telling my version. Now you
Right.
got two different stories.
You just
That's
sound
right.
very heated. That's what it sounds like. It
Well,
sounds like you want
came
to.
here, being, almost accusing me of what I did.
Right.
I'm asking.
And see,
No,
you
you're
got your
not.
dad's story, you got my story, and there's the truth in the middle. You weren't there, so you don't know what the whole truth is. So I'm telling you what happened. I didn't offend
I
your
believe
dad.
you.
Your dad got offended for what
You're
I
not gonna
said.
believe
That's
you
on
over her
him.
father.
He liked what I had to say. He shouldn't have did what he did.
Maybe you should have thought about kind of going in there with a little different perspective too.
I could have
But
went
either
there
way,
the
either
way,
way,
that way I wanted to.
I don't want to argue. Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower.
All right. Well,
Well, then why ask him, Bethany? Why ask him? I'm done with that with her. It's about to go off anyway. What? Why ask him? What happened when you already got it made up in your mind? You're gonna listen to your father's version of the story. People will believe what they want to believe. Sometimes don't drive yourself crazy trying to get somebody to understand you, because if they have a closed heart and mind and the type of person that always cries wolf, always the victim, narcissistic behavior, everybody's always wrong except her. If you have somebody like that, it don't matter what you say. If it's not what they want to hear, everything you saying is flush down the toilet. It does not matter. She already had her mind made up who she was going to believe, Larry, and it was her father. And you should have been bowed down and been a nice little boy and to her father and let him say what he want to say to you and then bow on out gracefully. Because how dare you raise your voice or stand up for yourself to my father? How dare you? That's exactly what it sounds like. That's why I said those last 3 videos. Well, I summed it up in 8 minutes earlier, but those 3 videos, that's exactly what it was. It sent me anyway. I don't know about you. Put in the comments if you felt a certain way, but it sent me back. like this administration trying to do to us, send us back many decades. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go and do a few others. Peace.